What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. In this video, what I want to do is talk about Adrien Broner and his upcoming bout with Gavin Rees of UK, and let you know my thoughts on that fight. Before I start, since we're talking about Adrien Broner, I want to see how many of you guys watched the 2-day special. You know, the little promo that HBO does after fights. They had a second one with Adrien Broner. To me, it was kind of disappointing. I was expecting it to be a little bit more exciting, but they basically detailed the 2 days before his fight with Antonio DeMarco. If you haven't seen it, it's cool. I like the first one better, personally. If not, catch it on YouTube or something like that. But as far as this Gavin Rees fight and Adrien Broner, I definitely want to start with this disclaimer. I'm not saying these things to bash European fighters. A little side note, I used to live in England, so I don't have any problem with European people or Englishmen or anything like that. With that being said, I think Adrien Broner is going to absolutely destroy Gavin Rees. And this is not coming from a bandwagon standpoint. Unlike a lot of boxing fans or just fans in general, if there's a fighter that I am unaware of, I don't know their past accomplishments and feats and battles and stuff, I do my research. So I read articles, I watch YouTube videos, and I make my own assessments. I don't just ride someone's coattail like, oh, Adrien Broner, he's supposed to be the problem, he's the truth, therefore he is, and then just start making dumb comments and stuff like that. I actually went through YouTube, watched some Gavin Rees videos, seen some of his fights, did some reading on him, and just basically did some research. So I advise all you people who are serious about the sport of boxing, if there's someone you don't know about, in my instance, it was Gavin Rees. I don't really know anything about him before they announced this particular fight. My advice to you, if you're really serious about it, do your research, because these guys are fighters and they put their heart and soul into what they do, and it doesn't make sense to sell them short if they really have an opportunity just because you're a fanboy or a fan of a certain fighter, or you want to ride their coattail, or, you know what I mean, just be bandwagon fans. So that's my little disclaimer. As far as this fight, like I said, I just see him getting destroyed in the fashion of Mortal Kombat. I can't see Gavin Rees pulling this one off, and there's a variety of reasons. So let's get into those reasons. First of all, Gavin Rees and Adrien Broner are the same height. They're both 5'7". The big difference in that is Gavin Rees has a reach of 64 inches and Adrien Broner has a reach of 71 inches, which is 7 inches more. And actually, a little fun fact, Adrien Broner is 2 inches shorter than Canelo, who is 5'9", and they have the same reach. So that just goes to show you Adrien Broner has long arms. Just to further put it in perspective for you guys, Gavin Rees, Adrien Broner, and Miguel Cotto, they're all the same height. Miguel Cotto's reach is 67. So again, Miguel Cotto, same height, has 3 inches on Gavin Rees. So it appears Gavin Rees has T-Rex arms, and he has really short arms. That is not going to do him any favors in the ring with a fighter like Adrien Broner. From a distance, fighting on the outside, there's no way I can see Gavin Rees beating Adrien Broner, especially with the shorter arms. From what I've seen, it didn't look like he had tremendous power or footwork. That's going to also be a problem. The biggest advantage, or the biggest key to victory for Gavin Rees, would be to make it a dirty fight. Not even a dirty fight, but a rough him up dog fight like Lamont Peterson did with Amir Khan. And truthfully, I can't see him even putting up that type of effort and making it a dogfight with so many things stacked against him. The reach advantage is a huge one, 7 inches shorter, and I think Broner is just going to tag him from the outside. And then let's say he does get on the inside. We've seen what Adrien Broner is capable of on the inside, in the Antonio DeMarco fight. If you watch the DeMarco fight, DeMarco was landing some pretty good shots on the inside. The only problem, Adrien Broner was landing better shots, and it looked like it was thudding and more powerful, impactful, meaningful shots than Antonio DeMarco. And don't get me wrong, the shots that DeMarco was landing to a lesser opponent would have probably at least caused them to retreat, possibly hurt them and had them buzzed. But Adrien Broner was taking them, and then he proceeded to chop him. He was chopping DeMarco with uppercuts. So a fighter like Gavin Rees, I just don't see him being equipped to deal with the type of problems that I feel Broner is going to inflict We all know Broner's KO ratio of 84%. Um, if you watch the 2 day special, the second one with Adrien Broner, when he's walking out to the weigh-in for the DeMarco fight, if you just look at his back, this dude's back looks huge, and it's definitely cut up. So he looks like the more athletic fighter in this situation. If you look at Gavin Rees, and trust me, I realize that being in shape doesn't tell all in boxing. But if you just look at the mere athletic side of it, it looks, based on prior performances and just the overall physique, you could tell that Adrien Broner is going to be the more athletic fighter. And speed kills. Adrien Broner looks faster. He has better footwork. I really see no real game plan that Gavin Rees is going to be able to enact to get Adrien Broner's full attention or to get his respect and or win the fight. So I really see Adrien Broner just dismantling him. And I hate bringing up the Floyd Mayweather thing because that's the easiest thing to compare Broner to Floyd Mayweather. But there's a lot of similarities in their fight style. Another thing with Adrien Broner that is similar to Mayweather, besides the Philly shell, shoulder roll defense, and that kind of thing, and the flashy, cocky, brush my hair shit, is Adrien Broner is kind of a slow starter. If you watch his previous fights, he seems like he systematically breaks you down and then comes on like he has to feel his opponent out. He wants to get a feel for their speed, their timing, their footwork, their power, and he really takes some of the earlier rounds, like rounds 1, 2, or 3, or whatnot, to feel those things out. He's landing shots and he still wins a lot of these rounds, but at the same time, he's not as confident. And it seems like once he gets a feel for your power and whatnot, he starts to open up and starts breaking you down and breaking you down even more and more and more. So with this fight, Gavin Rees, I'm not trying to sell him short. He's hasn't lost in 4 or 5 years, and that loss was to Andre Kotelnik. But Andre Kotelnik is a way different beast than Adrien Broner. Again, Adrien Broner has the arm reach advantage. He has the speed and athletic advantage. I think his outside game is going to annihilate Gavin Rees. His inside fight game is going to I think he's going to beat Gavin Rees to the punch. I think he has the power advantages all around, all the advantages, footwork, ring generalship, patience. I think all of the advantages go to him, especially in the later rounds. So what I truthfully seeing from this fight is a fight that ends in a TKO or a KO stoppage in between rounds 5 or 7. Again, Adrien Broner's not the fastest starter, but he starts to systematically break you down once he gets comfortable and in his zone. And honestly, that's what I see happening. So in between rounds 5 and 7, I see a TKO stoppage or a KO. And fortunately, I don't see anything that Gavin Rees would be able to do with the disadvantages that are placed in front of him to overcome that and do anything about it. So I look at this kind of as a tune-up fight to keep Adrien Broner working. It's a name in the sport of boxing who hasn't lost his last couple of fights, so they're just trying to keep him active. In the future, I would like to see Adrien Broner fight somebody like Vasquez, Richard Abril, Gamboa would be a good fight, or who else is there? Ricky Burns. I want to see him fight one of those guys. I think those could make for good fights. I really don't see anyone beating Broner at 135 at the moment, unless someone emerges or unless I see some fatal flaws all of a sudden. I don't really see anyone beating him at 135, and I don't think Broner is going to get really challenged until he moves up in weight to 140, or if he decides to go up to 147. Those are my overall views on the Gavin Rees fight. Let me know what you guys think. Hate, comment, or subscribe. Shout out to the English people, the UK people. Subscribe. Nothing but love, but I see Gavin Rees going down in the 5th or 7th round. Sorry for the Muhammad Ali rhyme. Anyway, you know what to do. Till next video, it's Ego signing off.